Oh, it's a good day. Let's make some bikes fast. Welcome back to EBT Performance Pakenham, the home of Squids Speed Shop. Today I've got a video for you on a combination I do every single week. I'm surprised I don't have a video on it yet. I suppose because it gets a bit of hate on the internet and I didn't want to get stuck in the comment section trying to defend it. Today we're just doing a simple stage 2. It's the S&S475. They're 55mm intake manifold. We'll put in the CNC lifter cuffs and adjustable push rods. Now, these components were some of the earliest components when the M8 came out that worked. And to be fair, they still work now. And if you put a really good 2-into-2 on it, you can pick up the little bit of torque at the bottom end, and then it still carries pretty good out the end. So I think you're going to be surprised with the results because the S&S475 still crushes. And I can guarantee you every fella out there that's running this combination is happy as a pig in shit. So the other thing we're going to do to maximize this combination is we're going to get rid of the Vance & Hines big radius and we're going to put on a set of Freedom 2-into-2 sharp curve radius. This cam setup is the best bang for buck. S&S components are better priced than all of your smaller time performance shop parts, mainly because they produce them in way higher quantities. It brings their overheads down for it, so they can charge you less. The quality of these components is still great. Any of their components that you see out on the internet, oh, these things have failed, this has failed, this has failed, their failure rates are less than most. They really are. It's just that they sell 10 times more product than anybody else. So that's something to keep in mind. So the S&S stuff is better value for money. Does a great job. It's a no-brainer. If your bike's still sitting in the garage, relatively stock, man, it doesn't take much to get these things running the way they should. So watch to the end. We'll see the results in the hopes that it better informs you how to spend your hard-earned money. So let's get after it, guys. And also for Dean, I'll try and have it on the dyno by, was it 4:45? Something like that? Yeah, we'll try and make that happen. I'll try and make this one a little bit more instructional. So, how do I go about it? First steps. Seats have got to come off. Side covers have got to come off. Unplug the O2 sensors, remove the exhaust, and remove the air cleaner. So I'll start with that, then we'll get into the next step. Next step for me is to remove the spark plugs. We're then going to lift up the tank a little bit to get better access to our intake manifold. We'll then remove the intake manifold. When removing the intake manifold and the throttle body, it can be a little bit tricky with the rocker boxes still in place. So often enough, I take the fuel rail off while it's still on the bike, just to give me a little bit more room to sand angle things out of there. With the spark plugs out, that enables me to turn the motor over freely. So this next step is jack up the bike, put it into top gear so I can rotate the motor using the back wheel. I'm then going to remove the cam cover, let the oil drain out, and then we've got to get to the push rods. So what you're going to see me do is shorten the push rod covers. I'm then going to rotate the motor until the push rods spin freely. That way I know there's no load on them from the valve spring. And then we get out the bolt cutters, cut them, remove them. It's the fastest way to go about this job. Why do we use bolt cutters? No mess. The bolt cutters do a clean cut. There's no debris that could go inside the motor, as opposed to using an angle grinder or some sort of cut-off tool, which I have seen on social media a couple of people do. So bolt cutters, people. Make sure you're using your bolt cutters. Next, we're up to removing all of the cam chest, cam support plate, all of that good stuff. A couple of specialty tools used here just to make life easier. Got a set of magnets that'll hold up our lifters just so they don't fall out while we're pulling the cam out. And we've also got a timing locking tool just so that we can undo these bolts. Removing the chain tensioner, cam sprocket bolt, crank sprocket bolt, remove the gears, and then work away at the cam support plate, pull out the cam, and while we're in there, we are going to be replacing the inner cam bearing with one of the upgraded high capacity roller bearings. Now that they're out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the oil pump, inspect it, make sure that there's no early signs of wear and tear. I'll be checking the crank run out and also replacing the inner cam bearing. I have previous videos on how to go about doing that. They're hidden. They're hidden secretly in some of the other videos, so you'll have to go through and watch them. Because as things pop up as I'm doing the jobs, I try and include the little gems. So go back, watch the other videos, and then get into the comment section and let me know all about the things that you want to know about. And if it's feasible, I'll do my best to share it with you. Sorry about that, the camera shut off. So I replaced the inner cam bearing, checked the crank run out, checked over the oil pump, installed the new high capacity inner cam bearing, new cam, timed it up. Now we're on to removing the tappet covers so that I can replace the tappet cuffs. This is quite tricky if you don't have like ball end Allen keys. It's a little hard to get into the back ones. That's no worries. If you want a detailed way of how to do that, that's also on a past video, so go check that out. So I'll get them swapped out and then move on to the intake manifold. Now that we've got the intake manifold in, it's time for our adjustable push rods. An easy shorthand is that when you have your timing marks lined up, the rear cylinder is on the baseline of the cam, so therefore the lifters are in their lowest position, and that's where you want to set them. Just wanted to say, guys, that this YouTube thing is amazing. The conversations that I end up having with people, the general vibe, the love, I am blown away. I've always thought the internet was an evil place, but damn, you guys are welcoming. So this morning, something rocked up in my mail, and I was shocked. I was actually legitimately speechless when I saw it. So, Mike, you are a legend. You didn't have to send me a postcard. That's amazing. Completely shocked. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. You made my morning. It's a good day. Let's make some bikes fast. So the motor's all back together. Time now to just fit up the exhaust so it can go on the dyno. These Freedom 2-in-2s are a little bit fiddly, so if you're doing these at home, just make sure to fit everything loosely, one component at a time. Wait till the very end to put the heat shields on. So let's get this exhaust on, get the sensors in it, and get it ripping. Okay, so we're on the dyno with this beast now. What I'm going to do is load one of my base maps into it that I know is good for this combination. Then we'll do our first lot of runs, see where the air fuel is at, start optimizing the cylinders, front and rear, get this thing dialed in. After a few runs of that, getting closer and closer and closer to what I deem to be perfect, I'll throw a little bit of timing around, see where it's at. Then going to work on a little bit of cold start, throttle enrichment. There's heaps of things to do on these bikes, so I'm going to get after it. And soon I'll have the results for you. Also, Dean. So we're all done with the dyno tuning for today. You guys are gonna be surprised. Have a look at the results. That's 126 horsepower, 136 foot-pound, and it's just all in from the get-go. Starts to lose it at 5.5, which is what we expect from this cam. So if you listen to people on the internet, in the forums, type in absolute nonsense, they have no idea. The combination is the best bang for buck out there. We've got a 2023 model. It has the 117 cubic inch M8 motor. We're running the 55mm S&S intake manifold. We have the Freedom Sharp Curve radius, the 2x2, fine pipe that is. And then the old HEREO, the S&S475. And I mean, it just does what it says on the tin. Every damn day, every combination, it just wants to rip. So that is why it is the most common cam fitted in every store out there. It's well priced. The quality of it's pretty damn good. And it does what it's supposed to. Gives you a bit of lump, rips midway through the RPM. If I have a customer that doesn't quite know what they want, they just want their bike faster, to sound right, to feel like a Harley, this is the cam. Because I can't think off the top of my head of a stage 2 combination that makes this sort of power for that money. So with all that, I think we'll end it here. Make sure to put a comment down there. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. What do you want to see more of? Put it in there. Geez, just ask questions. I reply to just about all when I got the time. Give the video a like. Subscribe. I can't believe that we're over 1,000 subscribers. You guys are the best. And check out the social media. Links are in the description. I'm a little bit sporadic with my posts there, but I'm definitely working on it. And until next week, HEREO. And I should just add, boys, check out the social media. I'm pretty sure the t-shirts are rocking up today. And maybe something else. So that's where it'll be first. Have a look. When I've got them in the shop, it's going straight onto social media, then onto the website. Then you guys will know how you can get a fine looking t-shirt.